My first guest is a Grammy Award and Oscar-winning filmmaker from the iconic band The Roots. Give it up for Questlove!
I feel like I made it.
You made it.
I made it.
They fell in love. Okay, so how you been, Quest? You been good?
I'm good now. You know, like most people don't know that the amount of pressure that everyone and their mother called me is like, you know, you're going to do the spirit tunnel.
I was going to ask how you felt. Were you prepared for the spirit tunnel?
Everybody, like, I got more calls about the spirit tunnel than like my birthday. Like my mom called me, my girl called me, the band called me,
Yeah.
Jimmy called me, Obama.
What?
No.
It's a serious thing, but I think
so
you
much
handled
pressure.
it well.
Yeah,
I was watching.
I handled.
how
You were watching me?
Oh yes, I get to watch all the spirit tunnels.
Okay.
But it's all about your own celebration, and we just want to love on you and celebrate you. That's why we're happy you're here.
I love that. Thank you.
Now, I see you quite a bit, but the last time we performed together was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You remember that with Dionne Warwick?
Absolutely.
Which was a dream to be able to sing with her.
That to me was a legendary moment. And oftentimes, because I'm on the Tonight Show also, when you get a legacy artist, there's a lot of nervousness behind it or whatever, but she was so cool.
Yes.
And full of humor and lets you shine and didn't fill up stage or nothing. Like it was really beautiful.
It's always an honor. I love that because you've worked with so many. So to recognize a moment like that with a legend like a Dionne Warwick is amazing to hear you say that.
Absolutely.
So I hear you have a performance pre-show ritual. Did you have a ritual before you came out for the Spirit Tunnel?
I do micro meditation.
Okay.
You know, I'm really big on, since the pandemic, you know, I'm in a more zen state now. So see, I see you got your crystals there.
You see the crystals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I gotta represent crystals.
Yes.
I just do micro meditation, just do a lot of breathing exercises, get out of my head, get out of nervousness, and so.
You still get nervous? You work with everybody.
I think if you're not nervous, then you're doing something wrong.
I agree with that.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm a constant creative, and I'm always going into places where I haven't been. Every 5 years, I'll pivot to something new, you know?
Yeah. That's amazing. That's why you're such a legend, an icon. It's insane. Thank you. The part of your iconic band is The Roots.
Yeah.
What was it like performing in the early days?
Well, you know, I went to the Philadelphia High School of Creative and Performing Arts back in. So many luminaries and legends have gone to our school. Boys Men being one of them.
Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so basically, you know, we kind of got our start just busking. Some girl had mistook me for someone in a Spike Lee commercial who was drumming on buckets. And
wow.
The next day when Tariq and I were like watching Soul Train, we saw the commercial. We were like, yo, why don't we do that?
Wow, is that where it came from?
Literally, this, you know, it was like a Grey Poupon commercial. Like, she walked up and says, excuse me, are you in the Spike Lee commercial? And my dumb mind was like, no, that wasn't me. And then she's like, oh, okay. And she like walked away, and Tariq's like, you idiot. So the next day the commercial came on. He was like, why don't we just do that? And we did it. The thing is that if we don't make over $100, I think we make like $110 busking.
Really?
Then if we don't make that, then possibly it will just be like, hey, remember we went on South Street in Philly and played for change, you know, for $60, and then we would have had our separate lives. But doing it was like, well, do we do this next week? Yeah. Next week? Yeah. Next week? Yeah. And then we got a record deal like a year later, so. Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, so.
My entire life is stepping into the unknown. Wow. And that's the key to, I think that's the key to longevity, or the key to just living, like getting out of your comfort zone and doing something new every year or so. Yeah.
That is awesome. And then you went to school with Boys to Men, and you were in one of their first music videos?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So they asked me to drum in their Motown Philly video, and
That's Baby Quest. How old are you there?
Nah, that was 91. I think I was like 20 years old.
Aw.
Yeah. But the thing was, Tariq would always make me wear that outfit like every Saturday. We'd go to South Street and he's like, nah, man, put the outfit on so he can get numbers, you know?
Aw.
So, yeah.
And it worked, because y'all are here, baby. The
Yeah,
Roots
we're
is
here.
something special.
Thank you. Thank you.
What you do with your first paycheck?
My first paycheck. When we got our record deal, I think I went to Foot Locker and copped every suede pair of Pumas. And like we thought we were rich. Like you remember like the Billie Jean video where Michael Jackson would toss a quarter and like I was giving homeless people like $100 bills and everything.
Oh, you made it, huh?
And then I was broke 3 weeks later. Yeah. But yeah, I just got every pair of Pumas that I could get. But like when I really made a check, my mom was promised a Volkswagen Beetle if I were a boy, like back in the 70s when I was born. And so on Christmas, like I gifted her the bug that she never got.
Yeah. Such a great son.
Yeah.
Boy, with Questlove, we'll be right back. That is so sweet. And we're back with the one and only Questlove. Now, the Roots, y'all been together for 40 years?
Yeah.
Wow. What would you say is the key to success?
The key to success. Okay, so I used to joke that it was 2 tour buses.
Okay.
Gryffindor and Slytherin. But, no, I'll just say that really it's communication. Like Tariq and I had started together when we were in high school and had this dream of doing this project. And it's, you know, it's also a thing where it's like, if I want to do side projects, you know, D'Angelo or Erykah Badu, whoever I work with, you always come back home to the brand.
Right.
And we pursue our passions, but we always come back home. Like we're working on our 17th record right now. We haven't done a record in 10 years. But, you know, I will also say that, you know, once you get up in years and whatnot, you know, there's therapy and that sort of thing. So we're at a place now where communication is key, and that's I'm more than it's beyond my dreams that we're still living our dreams like 4 decades later.
Yeah. I want to be like you. I'm taking notes. I'm listening really close, okay?
Trust me, the amount of groups and teams, like even now, like the idea of a group is an anomaly. Like there's hardly any groups. There's hardly any rap groups, hardly any bands together. But sometimes you just gotta talk and communicate. And oftentimes we get in our heads and draw conclusions without talking, want people to read our minds. You know, I mean, it's like a form of marriage, really.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It sounds like a full
that.
relationship.
It is. It's like that. So
you gotta treat it the same way, huh?
Absolutely. So
Man, y'all
communication
are
is key. Yeah.
Because you know you influence so many artists, like including Kendrick Lamar. I mean, he recreated a scene in music videos. Tell me about that.
I was so shocked because the way that people told me, like I woke up to 30 K-dot texts in my thing, and I thought, oh no, he just dissed us. Like I thought it was like something else, and they were like, "Nah, he paid tribute to you on this video." In this
You were
pop-up
surprised?
Video. I was, because I mean, you know, the Roots are. It's like we're ubiquitous, but we're not super mainstream. But we're niche, but we're not overexposed popular. So it's hard to tell where we fit in the scheme of things. And you know, sometimes it's an honor, but it's also a surprise when you see people acknowledging you after all this time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are a blueprint in the industry to all artists and to the music industry. So again, this blows me away to hear your perspective, because we all love the Roots, right guys?
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
And I heard you are a mastermind in making playlists. I heard you made one for Blue Ivy.
So, okay, when Blue Ivy was first born, this is kind of when like iPods were starting to be a thing or whatever. And I thought, okay, let me gift her. I said, look, here's some music, play it in her crib, and you know, it's like jazz music and whatnot. And And about like maybe 7 months later, I hit up Jay and I was like, so how's she taken to it? And he's like, oh, no, that's our playlist. Like, this is what we listen to.
He stole it, huh?
So she took it. Yeah, they both took it. I gave him 2 iPods. So, like now, kind of like my version of the New York Times is I make playlists for everybody. Now it's up to like 400 people.
Okay, I need to be 401 because I don't have a playlist. All I'm saying, Quest, where my playlist? Because I've heard about them. And you also DJ'd at Beyonce and Jay-Z's famous Gold Party?
Yeah, I did the Gold Party this year, which is, you know, it's a high pressure situation because like literally everybody that you admire and royalty and everybody's there. And
yes.
It's almost like I put pressure on myself, like one wrong song will mess it up. So kind of when I do the Gold Party, I prepare a year in advance. I know the average DJ doesn't do this, but literally like a year in advance, I will just pick one song. The key to DJing to me is knowing the right 5 songs to go to the song that you're playing. And that's what I excel at. So every day, I just pick one song, and what 3 songs will go with this? What 3 songs go with this? What 3? And then a year later, it's like 300 songs, and then I whittle it to perfection. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be expecting my playlist coming from you.
I will gladly put you on the list for the playlist.
Okay, and another thing you need to put me on the list for is your game nights, because I know you host these game nights, Quest. Don't get quiet on me now.
Yeah,
okay.
I do these little speakeasy underground game nights. I'll say, you know, again, in like 2020, in the pandemic, that was a major pivot year for me. And, you know, when people are telling you to prioritize joy, like people know me for working.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're teaching school and you're directing movies and hosting your radio show and doing the Tonight Show and the Roots and DJ and da-da-da-da-da. But I wasn't having any fun. Like I had 17 jobs, but I wasn't having fun. So number one is like I had to whittle it down to like just the ones I'm passionate about. So now just turn 17 jobs into the 5 that I really love. And in my spare time, I want to do fun things. So one of them is I host these game nights, and you know, if people are lucky enough to get in, if people are lucky enough to get in, it gets heated though. You'll be surprised at what a draw 4 card can do.
Okay, I don't know.
To someone, especially with Trevor.
Look at the people.
I was about to say, Trevor Noah and Michael Che are like world famous.
Is that Taylor Swift?
That's Taylor Swift.
Look at that, y'all. She's at the party, and Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, it's just, you know, some friends, and the reason why people like it, and J.J. Abrams, the reason why people like it is because it's not no hoopla about it. It's really not a lot of publicity.
Yeah.
People come in and they feel normal. Like Taylor walks in and there's no fanfare, and you could be yourself. And so it's not pretentious. It's just fun. So I'm prioritizing joy.
Yes,
especially in 2025.
I love that. Okay, is it competitive though? Because what's your favorite game?
See, Uno is my game.
That's your game?
Yeah, but
we got Uno lovers?
The problem with Uno is that culturally,
we play it different.
Yeah, like we play just a little. There's some people that follow the rules.
Yes.
And then there's some people that are like, no, like I believe in stacksies. So, you know, if I put a card down, you might have to draw 32.
Oh, okay.
Or 62. And so, yeah, it's got a little heated. As I said, Trevor Noah and Michael Che are world famous for sort of their squabbles of rule following. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is checkers one of the games? No.
I mean, we have every game there.
Okay, because
I got ridiculed once. Yvonne Orge ridiculed me once because I didn't have a playing card so that they could play spades.
Okay.
So, but yeah, see, so and so.
Uh-oh.
I got.
Well, we want to have more fun with you too. Will you stick around for a little bit longer?
Absolutely.
Questlove. All right, more with Questlove. We'll be right back. We're back with Questlove. That was a clip from your documentary film celebrating 50 years of SNL music. Now, the opening montage is amazing. How did you put that together? Do you approach it like it's a playlist?
The goal was to, all right, so I put together a 7-minute montage of 50 years of music on SNL. I wanted to show people, treat it like a DJ gig, but I wanted to basically amalgamate all of these acts into, together, where you have The Time and REM singing together, you have Prince and Rick James singing together. Who knew that Cher and Hanson had something in common? So it took 11 months to do. Like we had to watch like 939 episodes and just take notes of, okay, this song's 98 BPMs and the key of E minor, and then the bridge goes here, and basically connect it. So when you watch it, it's just an entire suite of music mixed together. Yeah.
Do you envision this in your head first? Like,
I'm not afraid of a challenge. I'm not afraid of the F word, failure, or anything. Like, when something comes to me, it's just, I take one. The real key to it is just showing up.
Yeah.
Showing up and just doing it. And, that's pretty much how you should do everything creatively. But, around the 9th month, they started getting nervous, like, okay, we got to turn this thing in. Are you ready yet? And we didn't even talk about, like, clearing all the songs. So I also had to go in hat in hand to get, Eminem to clear this, and literally, like, fly to places and show them, because on a clearance level, that's like the most expensive song ever. It would cost trillions of dollars to clear, but people saw that as a piece of art and, kind of let me do my thing.
Yeah, you do your thing.
Yeah.
We know that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you highlight, right? So I saw that you highlight how much risk goes into creating these moments. Like, can you talk about that?
So, this particular doc, initially it was just going to be like, I was going to choose 50 of the best musical performances on the show. But then, by the time that we got to, picking 30 of them, I realized that, I'm not even done 1988, and I still have to get to 2025. So we kind of scrapped that idea, and I decided that I wanted the viewer to walk away with a lesson. That lesson is, every story that we tell starts with a risk, where someone's posed with a challenge. Eddie Murphy's told to do James Brown in a hot tub, or Jimmy Fallon's told to imitate Mick Jagger, or that sort of thing. And each bit starts with resistance. No, I can't do that, or I'm scared to do that, or no, it looks silly doing that. And then they get over themselves, and they process it, and they do it, and then they change history. And so that's kind of the lesson I want people to learn when watching this. Like, you're going to get entertained, but for me, it's also the underlying lesson that you can learn from creatives, on how to approach life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you're an Academy Award-winning director, but
Yeah, we got something in common. I forgot.
Yeah, but you're a director. I'm one for acting, but to know now what we have in common is because did you know speaking publicly was my biggest fear, and I heard that directing was your biggest fear?
Yeah, I've speaking publicly. Oh, geez, like that too is a fear of mine. Just now I don't have any fear, because oftentimes you're your worst critic. Like, you'll say the worst things. You'll say things to yourself that you would never let anyone else say to you. And then once you understand that you're inside your head, and we're all people pleasers and we want to be liked and all those things, but we shouldn't, especially now, especially today and these times we're living in, you shouldn't dim your light for anybody.
Right.
And so I love her. She's like, that's right.
They got the encouragement. This is the happy place.
Yeah, so, just doing this. This is, SNL was I have 3 so far. I'm currently working on Earth, Wind, and Fire. And,
Come on.
Yeah.
And Sly Stone. Talk to us about that.
Sly lives. Well, not many people know that Sly Stone is this legendary god of music, because he sort of took himself out of the running. But I wanted to do a film that really deals with what happens when we get what we want. You dream of, I want to be, all-star football player, or the best basketball player, or the best singer, or the best actor. And then we often, if you ever asked yourself, like, what's up with da-da-da? Like, why is da-da-da self-sabotaging? Why does da-da-da show up late? Why does da-da-da over tweeting? Why does da-da-da, like, you know, whatever it is that they're doing that's sabotaging themselves. And oftentimes there's a feeling of undeservedness or you know, this low vibrational feeling that we have. And it kind of starts with Sly Stone. Like, this is a person that literally wrote the alphabet for which we borrowed everything. Like, he was the first to use a drum machine. He was the first to have an intersectional band with men and women, black and white, playing together. So I wanted to do a study of why do artists self-sabotage once they make it to the mountaintop.
Yes.
And so,
wow. We're all looking forward to that, right, y'all? Oh, my goodness. Thank you for being here, Questlove. Will you come back again to see us?
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 50 Years of SNL music is now streaming on Peacock. We'll be right back. I am so proud to be a part of the producing team bringing Smash to the Broadway stage. And I want to share this special performance with you all. Here is Let's Be Bad by Robin Herder and the cast of Smash.
If you say something is taboo, well, that's the thing I want to do. Do it till I'm black and blue. Let's be bad. Guns and gangsters suit me fine. Al Capone's a buddy of mine. He's my big shot Valentine. Let's be bad. If spirits are sagging, if feet are a-dragging, fall off of that wagon. The piano hums to the bass and drums, and I'll be dancing when Hoover comes. Say bye-bye propriety, no polite society. Give me notoriety. Let's be bad. Bring on the vices. Don't care what the price is. I'll add the right spices. When the stand-up bass slaps you in the face, what ain't my husband I'll embrace. I can't see the use in waiting. Your lips are intoxicating. Do my hips need some translating? Let's be bad. If I drown in bathtub gin, notify my next of kin. They may grieve or might jump in. Let's be bad. Who wants plays and only dramas? Gershwin is the cat's pajamas. I'm the queen of the red-hot mamas. Let's be bad. Each cook and G-man, each pop and He-man. Just stick with me, man. Every joint's a joke with my red-hot uke. And just like Judas once said to Luke, here's the key for my ignition. Hit the gas to my transmission. When you hear the things I'm wishing, you won't offer opposition. Let's prohibit prohibition. Let's be bad. Let's be bad.
Smash is playing now at Broadway's Imperial Theater in New York. Make sure to get your tickets at smashbroadway.com. We'll be right back.